Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Happy Saturday. Sorry it's been such a long time, but I'm a bit of a busy girl this month, or in fact all summer, and I've just finished a live stream and I thought, why the hell not do one of these you don't want to know stories. This one is called The Exploding Whale of Oregon. In November 1970, an 8-ton sperm whale beached itself just off the Oregon coast. Oregon. As far as send-offs go, blobbing your way onto a beach isn't the most dignified of affairs. For instance, if it happened to your nan, you wouldn't say, you know, this is just what she would have wanted. But things were about to get a lot worse for the old whale, as is usual when several tons of dynamite gets introduced into a funeral. The corpses of whales, due to some quirk of US law, fell at the time under the jurisdiction of the Highway Division. If you ever come across a whale carcass, I'm sure you'll note how similar the problem of getting rid of it is to telling a driver to fix their taillights, please, or doing some racial profiling. In their wisdom, and following a call with the Navy, who are world renowned for solving their problems by blowing the shit out of them, the Highway Division decided to solve the whale problem by blowing the shit out of it. The plan was to get a big pile of dynamite and obliterate part of the whale, while firing the rest into the sea. The theory was that the dynamite would blow the bulk of the carcass far enough that it would drift into the ocean, leaving any smaller, more digestible, and let's face it, cooked, bits of delicious whale corpse scattered around the beach for smaller animals like seagulls to guzzle. So far, so grim, but hardly anything to write home about. People blow up whales all the time in America, probably. Now, you'd think if you were going to bomb a whale to smithereens in front of the press, because of course they turned up, you'd sit down and have a bit of a think about how much dynamite you need, rather than just stinking 20 crates underneath it and saying, that'll do. Or maybe you'd at least listen to somebody with explosive training when they told you, I think you've overdone the I think you've overdone the old dynamite, if I'm honest. Well, you'd be wrong. And you're embarrassing yourself, quite frankly. Grow up. Enter businessman and explosives guy Walt Umenhofer. He was on a drive around Florence, Oregon, in a brand new car he'd bought a few days earlier from a car dealership offering a whale of a deal promotion. Yeah, really. When he happened upon the scene. Umenhofer had received explosive training during World War II and was not convinced the Highway Division, being, as you will soon discover, fucking idiots, had their calculations right. He told them they either needed a lot fewer explosives to gently push it out to sea, he suggested 26, where they were using 20 crates, or a hell of a lot more to completely obliterate the carcass into tiny chewable, endangered whale nuggets for the birds. The head of the project dismissed his advice, and Walt retreated as far as he could to watch the inevitable disaster. He went up to the road where his shiny new car was minding its own business and being generally whale-free, which, to be fair, he should have found ominous. Joining him, alongside the local journalists documenting the whole debacle, were citizens who just fancied a bit of a gop. Look, I'm a vegetarian, and I'm not saying I'm proud of myself, but if someone told me there's a bunch of people at the beach who've never blown up a whale before, and they're going to try and blow up a whale, I'm not pushing my way to the front. All that was left to do before the grim spectacle unfolded was for project manager George Thornton to tell reporters, and this is a direct quote, well, I'm confident that it'll work. The only thing is we're not sure how much explosives it'll take to disintegrate this thing. At this point, I'm going to take this book multi-platform and beg you to go to YouTube, because there's a video. And a side note, if I find it, I'll put it in the description. You back? Good. If you didn't do as I recommended, why do I bother? The explosion caused massive pieces of blubber to rain down from the sky onto buildings, cars and parking lots, and unsuspecting people who had previously been minding their own business and enjoying being whale blubber-free. Explosions in the movies usually look like a blast of fire and smoke, one journalist in attendance that day, Paul Linman, later said about the incident. This one more resembled a mighty burst of tomato juice. The whale debris travelled so far that it hit Walt Umenhofer's new car, completely caving in its roof, the very same car that you'll remember from a few paragraphs ago he'd bought in a whaley good deal. My insurance company's never going to believe this, Umenhofer reportedly said, as a highway worker removed the blubber from its car with a shovel. After all this, the project manager told reporters that it went just exactly right, which is true, except of course that it's not. The end. Don't forget to like and subscribe and press the wee bell notification. And a huge big thank you to all my subscribers, patrons and members. See you next week. Bye bye.